Lord El Cantare, Master Ryuho Okawa. Thank you very much for giving us another day with new life, for our spiritual growth and creating utopia on earth. With our sincere gratitude, let us recite the true words spoken by Buddha, prayer to the Lord, and prayer to guardian and guiding spirits. The true words spoken by Buddha, Ryuho Okawa. There used to be the light in the great universe. The light is the energy of Buddha. People can live by this energy, and Buddha's energy has made human history. It will be supplied eternally. This eternal light comes from heaven and prevails on earth. This is the light of heaven. Through the prism of Buddha, there appears the 7 colors of rainbow, arching over in the sky. Here you can see Buddha's mercy. Yellow is the color of teaching. White is the color of saving. Red is the color of justice. Purple is the color of obedience. Blue is the color of thinking. Green is the color of harmony. Silver is the color of progress. These 7 colors help each other, and there appears Buddha-land. Buddha-land is shining brightly because of gathering of bodhisattvas. This is the land of love or the land of mercy. This is the land of wisdom or the land of teaching. Especially, this is the land of souls rest in peace. Real souls are the children of Buddha. The children of Buddha became real human beings. Real human beings have spirituality. The spirits are immortal powers. The spirits are immortal forces. The spirits are real entities. The physical bodies are the shadows of the spirits. It means you are the boat sailing down the great river. The great river is a symbol of the course of lives. Each of you sails down as a small boat, so you need a boatman. If it were not for your own boatman, you surely go aground. This boatman really means your mind. If your mind makes a mistake, the boat breaks into pieces by a large rock. And you also need a bamboo pole. This pole is the meaning of the true words. When you go down a rapid stream, you need to punt in the stream. Then you can change your course. The true words mean the teaching of Buddha. Buddha enlightened and spoke the true words, and Buddha's teaching became a gold mine. This gold mine suggests various teachings. These are another expression of Buddha's truth. It brightens up your days. Or to put it another way, the fruits of Buddha's mercy. All of you, now, here, listen to me. Never lose your way, now and forever. The guiding hand has already waved. Please follow this white hand and go slightly on and on. Your lives are not limited to this world only. They have 3 aspects: the past, the present, the future. Your past have already gone by. Yet still, your mistakes will be kept in your minds. That is the reason why you should understand other people, and you yourself should reflect on what you have done. You and others are not different. On the contrary, both are children of Buddha and brothers and sisters. Now then, love each other. Let us bring up each other, and it's time to forgive each other. This is the eternal law, which translates the present and the future. Yes, indeed, the light of the dark night. The dark night of this world is hell. It is also the same in another world. Since we came down to this world, the sun of the truth is scheduled to rise. Now we are watching rising sun. It will shed light to the future, to invite some people to Buddha land. Now, here, I command. There shall not be conflict in this world. There shall not be dislust in this world. There shall not be crime in this world. There shall not be evil spirit in this world. There shall not be the devil in the next world. Only the ideal world, utopia, shall be realized. All of the people love each other, live harmoniously, believe in one another. That world is utopia. All of us could be the light of bodhisattvas, believing that the light has reality. believing that love has a reality, believing that the truth has a reality. Jesus is a fact that should be conveyed. We, the lighter bodhisattvas, get together, work together to keep right mind and live in tune with Buddha's words. Here we vow to do so. Prayer to the Lord. Our Lord El Cantare, you are the source of all light, all power, all wisdom, and all love. May you give us light, give us power, give us wisdom, and give us love. O Lord, our Father, please protect this planet of love Earth. Protect us from all evil and open a future for us. O Lord, thank you for giving us light. We give thanks from the bottom of our hearts. Prayer to guardian and guiding spirits. My guardian and guiding spirits, deep inside of me, you are the fountain of life, the light of hope, the source of wisdom, and the shield of courage. Every day, may you help me develop my soul and define my mind. Every day, may you give me inspiration and show me the light path to follow. Please protect me from all evil and guide me in living a better life. For this, I give my thanks. Now we will have some time to dedicate our deepest gratitude to the Lord. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for attending this Happy Science Morning Prayer. Today, I would like to talk about this theme. Life is a workbook. Okay, all right. So, by the way, what kind of ways to think about your life do you have? Human beings definitely have some ways to think about their life. So, it's a called as perspective of life. So the reason why I'm going to talk about this theme, life is a workbook, is going to be most important and fundamental teaching Master Ryuhokawa taught us. So then, what is life is a workbook? So is the essence of, as we say earlier, the essence of human beings are souls, which and the will and the physical body to live in this world. Then this is the spiritual perspective of life in which we are born on this earth as a training camp or training ground or school, or in order to improve our soul. So essentially, something making your life difficult is not just suffering. It's a workbook for polishing your souls. This is life is a workbook. Okay, so in life there are so many various suffering or worries from individual to society, such kinds of like family environment, school, or love, work, or political issue, or religious conflicts and wars. The Master said that in this world there are no human beings who do not have any suffering, any worries, any problems. So probably you may have various problems. So breaking them down, for example, I'm not just smart enough and I lack self-confidence, or I'm just poor and I don't get along with my family, or I cannot find a peaceful mind in my mind because of political issue or religious conflicts. Then I myself have all my problems or issues or worries. So and I have given some advice to my friends. Then through such kinds of experiences, there is one thing I feel. That is why suffering is painful as a suffering. But what's really suffering, what's really painful is the pain or suffering of not knowing why I am suffering right now. So that is a point of today's Happy Science Morning Prayer. Then with the theme of life is a workbook, or we are born on this earth in order to improve our soul, I'm going to share with you our 3 points, including reasons and how to overcome the suffering. Okay, the first one is there are practices on this earth that cannot be done in the heavenly world. Okay, the Master said in the Laws of the Sun. It's a little bit long, but it's gonna be really important things. So let me share with you. Master said in the Laws of the Sun, before you were born as a human, you were living freely in the heavenly world as a spirit. In the heavenly world, you do not need to eat to stay alive. You do not need to earn money to support yourself. You do not need to endure the 9 months in your mother's womb. Always cry because you cannot understand things as an infant. You have no frustration over sexual issues in adolescent or conflicts between parent and child. You have no financial worries or distress of being used by people at work. You have no pain of meeting someone you don't like, or sorrow from parting with someone you love. You have no suffering of aging, being ill, losing. Have no pain of parting with your spouse through death, or the fear of your own death that you will eventually have to face. There is absolutely no such suffering in the heavenly world. In the heavenly world, our minds can be seen as clearly as through a glass window. Therefore, those with inharmonious thoughts cannot remain with others. Thus, you only meet wonderful people who understand each other every day. For this reason, this world is a training ground for the spirits who are living freely in the heavenly world. Being born into our physical body means actually being tested as to their spirituality and their Buddha nature. This world is space where one's spiritual awakening is being slowly tested to see if it is truly genuine. It is easy to believe in Buddha when you are spiritually free, but as you lead a life bound by the rules of this third-dimensional material world, how much can you understand the rules of the fourth dimensional dimension and higher, the power of Buddha? And that the power is at work in this world. You are slowly tested on these points, and only when you pass these tests can you return to a higher world than the one you came from. This third-dimensional material world, or the phenomenal world, is indeed such a severe training ground for the soul. At the same time, there is a hope. All kinds of people, including those you would never be able to encounter in the real world, can meet each other in this third-dimensional world. You have a chance to meet different kinds of people, including perhaps the great guiding spirits of light in the flesh, as well as someone whose mind is attuned to devils of hell. Everyone begins on the same starting line when they are newborns. They are given a chance to start their life afresh equally. Thus, the merit of enlightenment is that we can redo our lives. Okay, so let me sum up these points. The first point is that when you go from freely living in the heavenly world to dwelling into the physical body, your faith will be tested. The second point is that even though this world is severe world, severe training ground, but we can meet high-level divine spirits or high-level splits that would be never be able to meet in the real world, heavenly world. So this is a first point. The second point is, let me share with you one great example to deepen the understanding about life is a workbook. So let me see, this book is a special message of Nichiren, who is a famous Japanese Buddhist. Then in this book, Nichiren said great example about life is a workbook. That is, in the book, The Spiritual Words of Nichiren, he says this: Sand enters. Yes, the example is suffering of pod oyster producing pod. Okay, that's a pod oyster. Okay, it's a pod. So in this book, Nichiren said, sand enters the pod oyster. The pod oyster suffers from it. They suffer, and produce mucus. The mucus gradually binds itself around the sand and eventually forms a round. Okay, and a beautiful pearl. In order for the pearl oyster to produce pearls, it needs to suffer. And in the same way, suffering is necessary for the human beings to create beautiful soul or polished soul. Suffering is not just for the sake of suffering. It's for the sake of something more wonderful, more beautiful. It's not suffering for suffering's sake. It's not suffering to make you suffer. In that suffering, I want you to build better character. You cannot grow up to be great person in a sweet world. So it means that in order to create a beautiful and wonderful soul, we needed to suffer like sand for pearl oyster. So these for human beings, these for example, the setbacks or human relationship issues like this. So by overcoming those kinds of issue, your character and your face will be more enhanced. Okay, that's the second point. The third point is, let me add this another example. It's about how to overcome your suffering. It's how to think about. It's in the same book, Nichiren says another example in order to overcome their suffering. Okay, Nichiren says the following: human beings cannot think of two things at the same time. Two things at the same time. If you are trapped in the negative thoughts, you should not think only of eliminating the negative thoughts. Don't think only about removing the negative need. In order to pull out the negative need, or drive a positive need, or slew the head of the negative need. Drive in the need of positivity. This is the reason why the human mind cannot think of two things at the same time. We need to know that this is also a mercy. So, it means that your problems will not go away if you continue to face your suffering, trying to get rid of it. It means that you have to put in yourself that are higher-minded thoughts that will solve your problems. That's a second example. Okay. The third point is there is a suffering in this world, and however, yes, the third point is I wonder what the positive need or for pearl oyster. I wonder what the positive need and mucus produced by pearl oyster. I think that's exactly El Cantare, Master Ryoho Kawa, teaching us right now for salvation of all humankind. So there's a lot of suffering in this world, and on this, as I mentioned earlier, we can meet higher spirits on this earth, and we can learn any teaching from them. It's, for example, it's a Helen Keller. Helen Keller has triple handicap. She couldn't speak anything. She couldn't hear anything. She couldn't see anything. But through overcoming this handicap, her face was more enhanced, and she did great charity activity for the poor people. And also, here is his Martin Luther King Jr. He claimed that in the United States, the abolition of racial discrimination for the people. So we can learn any teaching from higher splits on this earth. So in my conclusion, Master's teaching will definitely give you some hints to solve your problems. And Alcantara, who is the creator of the universe, descend on this earth. It's obvious that it's impossible thing. But Alcantara, who is the creator of the universe, descend on this earth as Master Ryuho Okawa. And the Master Ryuho Okawa has been preaching more than 3,000 times for salvation of human beings, making our human beings more happier and happier. So please keep in mind that life is a workbook. It's a spiritual perspective of life. It's just not option. It's a truth of perspective of life. Okay, so that through the Master's teaching, you can overcome the suffering of your past lives or suffering of this life. Okay. Today's this concludes Happy Science morning prayer. But today's let me introduce another service. Yeah, it's a let me listen to the music, the Bell for the Bright Future.
Hoshi 青く青く輝き始まりも知らずに見上げたこの空幾く星が生まれては消えいつもあなたを探しその声がぬくもりが手を差し伸べてる今世界中に響く鐘の音聞こえるでしょう遠く遠くまで届け風 七星の海をたどって知る光をさまようこの命を永遠に包み今世界中に響け今世界中に届け今世界中に響く鐘の音聞こえるでしょう遠く遠くまで届け風に乗せて羽ばたけ祈りそれはこの宇宙も照らすでしょうきっときっとあなたの胸に届くように Now you can hear beautiful sound of us Now I can hear beautiful sound of us Now you can hear beautiful sound of us Now I can hear